In the previous module, we established that SAP can be deployed in the cloud or on-premises, and that the right choice depends on the client's situation. But cloud and on-premises are not two simple boxes. SAP offers multiple distinct deployment editions, each with different characteristics, different pricing models, and different implications for how you implement and customize the system. Knowing the difference between SAP S/4HANA Cloud Public Edition, Private Edition, and the on-premise edition is essential for anyone advising a client or working on an implementation. By the end of this module, you will be able to describe the three main SAP S/4HANA deployment editions. Identify the key differences between them in terms of customization, upgrade frequency, and target customer, and apply this knowledge to a client scenario. Walk the learners through the three objectives on screen. Distinguish the editions, compare customization, upgrades and control, and match editions to real client scenarios. One product family, SAP S/4HANA, is delivered in three fundamentally different models: on-premises, private cloud edition, and public cloud. They are the same underlying product, but they differ in who owns and manages the infrastructure, how much customization is allowed, how often the system upgrades, and which commercial program applies. Over the next few slides, we will take each edition in turn, then compare them side by side and look at how to choose between them for a given client. SAP S/4HANA On-Premise is the edition customers install and run on their own infrastructure. The customer's IT team or an outsourced partner manages everything: the hardware, the operating system, the SAP application, the database, and the backups. This edition offers maximum flexibility and maximum control. There are no restrictions on ABAP development, no mandatory upgrade cycles, and no dependency on SAP's cloud infrastructure. Customers upgrade when they choose to, and they can maintain highly customized systems across many years. Use this slide to reinforce the trade-off: full control and unlimited ABAP customization, but the organization owns the infrastructure and the upgrade effort. This is the traditional model many existing ECC clients are migrating away from. SAP S/4HANA Cloud Private Edition, sometimes called the single-tenant cloud, sits between public cloud and on-premises. Each customer gets their own dedicated cloud environment, hosted by SAP or a hyperscaler partner, but managed by SAP's operations team. It is sold via RISE with SAP. Private Edition allows significantly more flexibility than public cloud. Customers can use the full SPRO for configuration, build custom ABAP code where needed, and control their own upgrade schedule, though SAP still manages the infrastructure. It is closest to the on-premise experience, but without the customer's IT team having to run the servers. This is the most common choice for large enterprises migrating from SAP R/3 or ECC, the older generation of SAP ERP. They bring their complex processes and existing customizations, but lift the infrastructure burden off their IT department and gain access to S/4HANA's modern capabilities. Acme Manufacturing's recommended path is Private Edition. Their processes are standard enough to migrate cleanly, but they have some custom reports and integrations that need to be rebuilt on BTP rather than dropped. SAP S/4HANA Cloud Public Edition, also called the multi-tenant cloud, is SAP's fully managed SaaS offering, sold via GROW with SAP. Every customer runs on the same shared infrastructure, the same software version, updated on the same quarterly release cycle. This is the most opinionated edition. Customization is strictly limited. Customers adopt SAP standard processes. Configuration is done through a simplified configuration guide rather than the full SPRO, and custom code is not permitted inside the system. Extensions must be built on SAP BTP. In return, customers get the lowest total cost of ownership, the fastest go-live, the least upgrade burden, and access to SAP's latest innovations the moment they are released. Implementations are typically measured in weeks or months, not years. This edition suits companies willing to adapt their processes to SAP standard, often greenfield implementations, fast-growing companies, or subsidiaries of larger groups. It is not suitable for organizations with complex, heavily customized requirements. This slide brings the three editions together in a single side-by-side comparison. Let us walk across the 8 dimensions, contrasting the editions one row at a time. The headline pattern: As you move from on-premises to private cloud to public cloud, customization freedom decreases. SAP takes over more of the management and upgrade responsibility, and Go Live gets faster. On-premises gives unlimited ABAP and client-controlled upgrades. Private cloud allows BTP extensions with SAP-managed 2-year upgrades. Public cloud is configuration-only with mandatory quarterly upgrades. Note the commercial split. On-premises is CapEx plus OpEx. Private cloud is subscription via Rise with SAP, and public cloud is subscription via Grow with SAP. Use this table as the reference learners can come back to when matching an addition to a client. Clean Core is the principle that explains why the cloud editions limit customization the way they do. It means keeping the SAP standard application unmodified, meeting business requirements through configuration, BTP extensions, and SAP-approved enhancement points rather than changing SAP's own code. Contrast the old way with the new. In the classic model, developers modified SAP standard source code directly, custom code became tangled with standard code, and every upgrade turned into a painful manual reconciliation. A clean core keeps custom logic outside the core, so upgrades can be applied automatically. Tie this back to the editions. Clean Core is exactly what makes public clouds quarterly upgrades and private clouds managed upgrades possible. Recall from the public cloud discussion that custom code is not permitted inside the system and extensions must be built on BTP. That is Clean Core in practice. Moving to cloud requires it. It is the price of cloud adoption, not an optional best practice. This slide is about upgrade cadence and the maintenance roadmap. On-premises upgrades every 2 to 5+ years on the client schedule and run as major projects. Private cloud is upgraded by SAP on a roughly 2-year managed cycle. Public cloud upgrades quarterly and mandatorily. The key consulting point. The gap between an organization's version and SAP's current release grows over time, and closing that gap eventually becomes a significant undertaking. One of the most common scenarios you will encounter as a consultant is the migration from SAP ECC, the previous generation ERP, to S/4HANA. SAP has set 2027 as the end of mainstream maintenance for ECC, which means tens of thousands of organizations worldwide need to move. SAP's commercial vehicle for this migration is Rise with SAP, a bundled offering that combines S/4HANA private or public cloud, BTP services, and migration support into a single subscription contract. Rise simplifies the commercial and technical journey for clients who might otherwise find the options overwhelming. Be precise about scope. Rise includes the S/4HANA license, the cloud infrastructure, SAP's business process intelligence tool for process analysis, and a technical migration check. It does not include the implementation consulting, the custom development, or the testing effort. That is where slight consulting comes in. This is the practical decision tool. Use the table to map client characteristics to the recommended edition. Then summarize it as 3 questions you can ask in any engagement. 1. How standard are their processes? The more standard, the stronger the case for public cloud. 2. How much custom code do they have? High customization typically points to private cloud or on-premise. 3. What is their appetite for change? Public cloud requires the organization to adapt to SAP. On-premise allows SAP to adapt to the organization. Reinforce the guidance on screen. Classic ABAP modifications or strict data sovereignty point to on-premises. A desire to offload infrastructure while keeping flexibility points to private cloud. A mid-market client with no legacy SAP and appetite for standard processes points to public cloud. The goal is to recommend the right edition for the client, not the most complex one. The 3 takeaways the team should leave with. Takeaway 1. It is the same product, but 3 fundamentally different delivery models. On-premises, private cloud, and public cloud are all SAP S/4HANA. The difference is who manages the infrastructure, how often upgrades happen, how much customization is allowed, and which commercial program applies. The headline: we have been making all module. Edition selection is a strategic decision, not a technical one. Takeaway 2. Customization freedom decreases as you move to the cloud. On-premises allows unlimited ABAP modifications. Private cloud supports extensions through BTP and ABAP Cloud. Public cloud allows configuration only. Where a client's business requirements sit on that spectrum is the starting point for every SAP deployment conversation, exactly the judgment we practiced on the selection guide. Takeaway 3. Clean core is not optional. It is the price of cloud adoption. Moving to private or public cloud means no modifications to SAP standard code. That is why every slight consulting migration begins with a custom code analysis, and why every new cloud implementation must be designed clean core from day one.